What's up guys, it's Killer Kev, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my thumbnails. Hopefully you guys can learn a thing or two seeing the vision. I use Photoshop. There are other free programs other than Photoshop. That's my go-to. Other than that, yeah, enjoy. So there are a couple of ways you can go about this. The way I go about this is either by going to a private match and inspecting my gun that way, or if I just want the gun by itself, I just go into the weapons here and take a screenshot that way. But I'll show you both options regardless. So for the first option, what you want to do is go into your weapons here, go to your loadouts, choose whatever gun you want, and then preview weapon. From here, you want to hide UI and just zoom in a bit. Make sure it doesn't cut off, so zoom out, there you go. And then from here, all you need to do is take a screenshot. For me, it's F12 because I use Steam. So whatever program you use to screenshot or record, do it that way. For the second option here, we're going to be doing it in a private match. So go into the private match, go to game setup, team deathmatch, you can leave it there. Typically you want a map with good lighting. I usually just do Nuketown. And then for custom rules, go to gameplay, turn hardcore on, make sure that's on. Then head over to team, enable minimap, turn that off. We don't want the minimap. And I think you should be good from there. Now you can back out to there and then start up your game. Alright, but so now that we're in a private match, just try to find a spot where it has like really good lighting, or you know, the lighting hits the gun really well. Typically I just go over here, stand back, and you can do this on any map as well. And I just look up to the sky, inspect, and then take a couple of images. Probably heard me take a couple of screenshots, and that's how I do it. So then we can bring that into whatever program you are most comfortable with, and then we can edit it that way. All right, so open up Photoshop or any other program just like Photoshop, and all we have to do is click new file. Make sure it is, I don't know why this reset, but 1920 by 1080. I usually do resolution of 300 and keep it that way. Yep. So now for the first thumbnail we're going to be doing is the gun inspect. So now that we have this in here, I usually just hold in and grab this object selection tool. I hit this little drop arrow, grab the cloud, and fully highlight this whole thing, and it'll just mask it for you. Not mask it for you, but highlight it for you, select it for you. And if there are any other imperfections that I see, like the highlight on this arm, I usually just shift click, grab all this, grab all this, double click, and there we go. And if there are any other imperfections too, like around the gun, like here, I usually do it. I'm very nitpicky with that stuff, so I can go ahead and fast forward this quickly. I just like doing this for my own sake. It just looks neater when it's all like tidied up and you masked it out nice. So let me just do this real quick and I'll be right back. Perfect. Now that I have that all selected, I then go ahead and make sure the layer is selected over here on the tabs, layer tabs, and you want to click the layer mask here. Bam, there it is. There she is. Now from there, usually you want to get a background of some sort. I can either use the same background that we just masked this out of, which I'm not going to use, but just to show you guys, you click on your layer, press Ctrl J, it'll make a copy of it, and then click the mask of that same layer and just press backspace. Then you'll have that same image there. But for me, I typically grab images from Call of Duty's website, or I even use callofdutymaps.com to put as my background layer. I'm just going to drag that in. I'm actually going to get rid of this Warzone section here, grabbing the rectangle marquee tool, hovering over it, and just generating fill. Bam, good as new. Grab both layers and convert to a smart object. Grab that, put it below, and then just name it background layer. From here, I usually put a distort on it. Or sorry, not distort, radio motion blur. So from here, you go to filter, blur, radio blur, put it to 8, zoom, best. Now you have motion blur on your image. Now if we want to add a little bit more color and pop to the background, I just right click, convert to smart object on the background layer, and then click on background layer, go to filter, camera raw filter. From here you can play around with a bunch of color settings. So I'll just go ahead and run through that real quick. Then here's a before, and there's an after. Definitely a little bit more poppy. And from there, I want to grab the gun, press Control T so I can shape it the way I want it to be shaped. Coming out from right here. That should be good. And then now it's time for text. You can honestly do whatever you want. You can just press T and then type in what you need. Here are just Control V from another project. And there's my loadout, metal loadout. Something simple and easy. Now we got to bring in the Warzone logo. So you can grab that PNG from Google or even from Call of Duty's website. Let me just Control V onto that. I grabbed it from another project I had opened up. And then typically what I usually do is I have my live elements. So just to know, like on my thumbnail, so people know that I'm live. Grab that and I just throw that onto the corner here as well. So that's one option I usually do. I'll show you the second option right now. So we put the image in there. Grab the object selection tool. Same process before. Down arrow, cloud detailed results, and I just highlight the whole gun. And then obviously I just go in and fix up any imperfections that I find. All right, and now we can just mask that out. So click the layer and then just mask it out. Bam. From there we can shape it to however we want. Always like going diagonal. So for this, you can use any background again related to Call of Duty. Usually I just do Rebirth Island, bam, and then I'll just color grade it. So give me 1 second. Bam, color grading is done. We have the gun right here. This is obviously looking a little dull, so I'm just gonna put in some color correction over top of that, just so it can pop out a little bit more. And then we can just do the same process we did for this thumbnail here. Honestly, we can just copy that text and then just paste it right above the background layer. Now that says metal loadout, we can change it to hacking sub. Control T. Expand that out a bit more. Make sure that's aligned in the center of the canvas. Oh, gotta make sure I'm clicking on. From here, I usually just duplicate this layer, bring it above. Make sure that the hacking sub is above the gun layer and subtract the fill white of it. So now you can kind of see through it, not really, but kind of. And then from there, we can honestly just put in our Warzone and date on there. And then I like to convert this to a smart object so I don't have the mask there anymore. And then I'm just gonna paste my layer style that I have saved just to give it a little bit more oomph. I usually bring in noise as well, so I will for this instance put it above the hacking and Control V onto there. Now usually when I drag these in, that's how it is when it comes into the Photoshop. But I usually just move this to screen. It's just an overlay, and then drop this down to 40. Same thing with these dark edges, and then same thing with this rugged textured background. And there you go. That's the second one. Simple, easy, and quick. There's option 1, option 2. There's option 1, and there's option 2. Let me know which is your guys' favorite, 1 or 2. Put in the comments down below. The way I save these is I just press Control Shift Alt and S. Make sure this is JPEG. You can make it PNG as well if you'd like. Bring this up to 100%. make sure it's below 2 megabytes because you can't go past that for a YouTube thumbnail. So anything that's below 2 is perfect. And then just save it to wherever you like. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to give this video a like. And if you guys want to sub, I'm not complaining if you do. But let me know in the comments if you have any questions regarding Photoshop, or if some tools aren't working, and if there's other ways to utilize them or help you make thumbnails. I'm all ears. Just drop them in the comments, and I'll be glad to help. So hope you have a great day, rest of your night, and peace. Love ya.